Alright. Go ahead.
Yo, what's the deal? I went to the bank the other day, tried to get some money out. I was like, bitch, give me the money. And she was like, well, do you have an account with us? I was like, bitch, you say that to me one more time, I'll kill you and your little brother. And she's like, well, I don't have a little brother. I was like, said one more thing to me, I'll kill you and your husband. And she goes, well, I'm not married either. And I'm like, then what are you doing tomorrow night? And for the next 2 weeks straight? And she's like, well, yeah, but she didn't know what to say. Anyway, we went to the movies the next day. Saw Shrek 4 or some shit. I was like, bitch, is this gonna be in 3D? And she's like, well, it's an IMAX theater. I was like, oh, God. Say something else, bitch, and I'll cut your throat. But she said, well, you asked me a question, what do you want? And I was like, oh, let's just watch the movie, ho. So we went to the movies. I put on my glasses. I can't see shit. She's like, well, this isn't the 3D part. I was like, bitch, you shut your mouth. Anyway, we watched the movie. We critiqued it, and we left without paying because we paid before we went in. Anyway, went back to her place. I was like, let's put on a movie. And she's like, well, I got Avatar, I got Daybreakers. I was like, bitch, turn that shit off. I brought To Kill a Mockingbird over. So we put that in and we watched it. The whole thing and the end credits. Then I left. Came back the next day in the morning time, about 6:30, pissing me off. She goes, if you're coming over so early, well, why did you spend the night? I was like, bitch, you shut your mouth. And she did. Anyway, I told her to make me some breakfast. And she went into the kitchen, took out some eggs, and started cooking them. And I was like, did you spray the pan with some Pam? And she goes like, no, these are stick-free. And I was like, oh, bitch, you got so much to learn. So I left without eating breakfast. So you tell me, out here in these woods, that unforgivable?